friends, here we are at our learning center. Since it's getting nicer outside in this June, we're gonna make something to play with outside. We're gonna make a kite that looks like a bird. Since we've been talking about animals that fly in the sky, we're gonna make a bird to fly in the sky. This is a kite. We're gonna make our own. So moms and dads, I just have a couple pieces of paper. You really only need one if you don't want to get too fancy with a feather or anything like that. But today, Miss Haley's going to show you how to make a kite. So if you want to come a little bit closer, we're going to need some tape, pieces of paper, a string, some scissors, a marker to decorate with, and then I have a little orange piece of paper that I recycled from another project to make his beak. So right now, I'm going to take my piece of tape. I'm going to take this piece of paper and fold it over just like this. So there's a little bit of room and a nice circle. So I'm going to tape it, then I'll show you. So I'm taping it down. It should look like this. And it has a little circle inside, so the air can get through when we do our kite. Now I'll make our feather, my friends. Let's see. A feather, we can make it any size we want. Since I made a fat feather on that one, maybe I'll make a skinnier feather on this one. And Miss Haley's not an artist, but she's trying her best. Here's my feather. Kind of looks more like a leaf, but that's okay. It'll help our kite fly. I'm going to cut my feather out. Moms and dads, you might have to help here. This is kind of awesome timing to help with the fine motor skills, some of that OT that you might be doing with Miss Linda. It definitely can help a little bit with this part. It doesn't have to be this complicated. You can just make a triangle if you want for them to cut out. You can make it a little bit more rounder, so it's not as complicated of a feather, but Miss Haley is going to make her own kite, and everybody's might look different. They might have different colors. They might have different actual feathers on theirs. You can do it however you'd like. So I'm gonna tape my feather, and you can glue it, you can tape it. I'm gonna tape mine right to the tail of my bird. So I'm just gonna tape it on the back here. So far, my bird's coming together pretty nice. Let's glue on his beak. That doesn't really look like a beak though. Let's see if we can cut it to make it look a little bit better. Parents, again, just some fine motor, some OT that you could be working with your kiddos at home. Cutting is a great skill. I'm sure Miss Linda, if you're working with her, has been sending some help for you guys to do at home. For that, if not, and you'd like some more, feel free to reach out to myself or Miss Shata. And we can ask Miss Linda for some help also. So I glued on my beak for my bird. I'm going to draw a little eye so that my bird can see where he's flying. Maybe make it some extra feathers on its wings. Maybe back here I add some extra feathers. You can color and decorate however you'd like to. I'm going to put a little hole right here in the center of my more flat surface. I'm going to put a little hole. Parents, this I definitely would recommend you doing, but so that we could put our string through it. And we're going to put our string right through, and then it'll be ready to fly on the sky with all the other animals in the sky that fly. And there's our kite. And you can go outside and it'll fly in the sky. It'll pick up with the air and it'll fly. So now I have one for me and one for Miss Shata, so we can have some fun today. For our sensory activity, and I know you kind of did something like this last week with Miss Shata, but Miss Haley's going to show another one that we can do. Another type of sensory in a bottle. Miss Haley's just going to use some bubbles, kind of make that more of a soapy feel with some bubbles, with some extra stuff instead of oil. Again, parents, there's no right or wrong. Whatever you kind of have at home. I just filled a little bit of the water bottle up with bubbles. You can use glitter. I'll probably make a big mess, but we know that's how Miss Haley likes to do some arts and crafts. It's not fun unless it's messy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter in there just to kind of show you guys. Again, add whatever you like. You can add beads. You can add more sparkles. You can add beans, however you kind of like if you have food coloring at home. What you can also do is cut up a marker. Put the marker pieces in there so it changes colors. Anything that you kind of want to do. This one's a more simple one. Moms and dads, I highly recommend taping the top of the water bottle or gluing it so that your kiddos can't get it all over the place. And if you spin it, you can watch the tornado and all the beads happen. Looks a little bit like the ocean. Just something to do at home. Little sensory activity. Moms and dads, any questions, comments, concerns, you know how to reach myself or Miss Shata through text messaging, email, or the Remind app. We're here for you at any time during this craziness, so please reach out with anything. If not, have a good evening. Bye, everybody.